The ocean is one of the most mysterious and fascinating places on Earth, a vast, deep expanse where only 5% has been explored, leaving endless possibilities for creatures we may not even know exist today. But despite the potential for terrifying, undiscovered marine creatures, they are unlikely to match the sheer ferocity and scale of the creatures that once ruled the prehistoric seas. Welcome to a journey back in time, to an era when the oceans were not just vast, but filled with some of the most terrifying creatures to ever exist. Imagine diving into waters where regular fish grew far larger than today's great white sharks, where monstrous crocodilians swam that were more than twice the size of any modern-day croc, and where colossal marine predators rivaled even the largest of today's whales. These ancient seas were not for the faint of heart. The ocean was a place of relentless, cold-blooded hunters, each more terrifying than the last. The creatures that ruled these oceans were the stuff of nightmares, silent, powerful, and merciless. They were built for the hunt, with every feature perfectly designed to dominate their environment. It's a world where you wouldn't last a minute, a place where the simple act of swimming could make you the next meal. I surely hope you don't suffer from thalassophobia, because today we are going to explore one of the most terrifying oceans of the prehistoric time together, the Thetys Ocean. Get your diving gear, because now it's time to get into the water. Starting off, we have the Pliosaurus, jaw-dropping power with a bite to match. This apex predator was the ultimate underwater terror. Pliosaurus is a genus of large marine reptiles that lived during the late Jurassic period, approximately 155 to 145 million years ago. It is known for being one of the most formidable marine predators of its time. Pliosaurus was first described in the 19th century based on fossils found in England. The genus name Pliosaurus means moor lizard, reflecting its classification as a pliosaurid, a group of short-necked plesiosaurs characterized by their large heads and powerful bodies. Pliosaurus was a massive predator, with estimates suggesting that it could reach lengths of up to 12 to 13 meters, although some species might have been smaller. Its robust body and large head made it one of the apex predators of the Jurassic seas. The weight of Pliosaurus is estimated to have been around 10 to 15 metric tons, depending on the species and size of the individual. This made it one of the heaviest marine reptiles of its time. Pliosaurus had a large, elongated skull, with some species' skulls measuring up to 3 meters in length. The skull was equipped with powerful jaws filled with sharp, conical teeth, which were adapted for seizing and holding onto large prey. The teeth could be up to 30 centimeters long, making them ideal for puncturing and gripping slippery prey like fish, other marine reptiles, and possibly large cephalopods. Pliosaurus had a streamlined, barrel-shaped body, which was muscular and robust. This body structure provided the strength needed for powerful swimming, making Pliosaurus an efficient predator capable of short bursts of speed to ambush prey. And let's not forget the Mosasaurus, the undisputed giant of the ancient seas, with a massive, crushing bite that left nothing but shattered bones in its wake. Mosasaurus is one of the most well-known and formidable marine reptiles of the late Cretaceous period, often depicted as a giant sea predator. It lived approximately 82 to 66 million years ago. It existed right up until the end of the Cretaceous, going extinct during the mass extinction event that wiped out the dinosaurs and many other species. Mosasaurus was first discovered in the late 18th century in the Netherlands, and its discovery played a significant role in the early development of paleontology. The name Mosasaurus means Meuse lizard, named after the River Meuse, near where the first fossils were found. The genus was formally described in 1822 by William Daniel Conibert, making it one of the earliest identified marine reptiles. Mosasaurus was one of the largest genera of mosasaurs, with the most famous species, Mosasaurus hoffmannii, reaching lengths of up to 17 meters. Other species within the genus varied in size, but all were significant predators in their environments. The estimated weight of Mosasaurus was around 14,000 kilograms, making it one of the largest marine reptiles, rivaling some of the smaller species of modern whales. Mosasaurus had a large, elongated skull with powerful jaws filled with sharp, conical teeth. These teeth were adapted for seizing and holding onto slippery prey, such as fish and other marine reptiles. The teeth were arranged in a way that allowed Mosasaurus to deliver powerful bites, capable of piercing through the tough skin and armor of its prey. The body of Mosasaurus was streamlined and torpedo-shaped, ideal for fast swimming. Its body was elongated, with a powerful tail that contributed to its propulsion through water. Unlike earlier marine reptiles like Pliosaurus, Mosasaurus had a more flexible body, allowing it to maneuver efficiently in the water. It was an apex predator in its marine ecosystem, sitting at the top of the food chain. It preyed on a wide variety of marine animals, including fish, smaller marine reptiles, ammonites, and possibly even other mosasaurs. Its large size and powerful jaws meant that few creatures in its environment could challenge it. Now, meet Temnodontosaurus. Giant eyes for the deep, this massive ichthyosaur was a master of the dark depths. Temnodontosaurus is a remarkable and ancient marine reptile that ruled the oceans during the early Jurassic period. Belonging to the family Ichthyosauridae, this giant ichthyosaur is known for its immense size, powerful build, and large piercing eyes, which made it a formidable predator in its time. The name Temnodontosaurus translates to cutting-tooth lizard, a reference to its sharp, serrated teeth, which it used to capture and devour its prey. Temnodontosaurus was among the largest ichthyosaurs, a group of marine reptiles that resembled modern dolphins or whales in their body shape and aquatic adaptations. This impressive creature could reach lengths of up to 12 meters, making it one of the giants of the Jurassic seas. The largest species, Temnodontosaurus trigonodon, was particularly massive, showcasing the extraordinary scale these reptiles could achieve. One of the most striking features of Temnodontosaurus was its large head, which made up a significant portion of its total body length. The skull was long and narrow, with a pointed snout that housed a formidable array of sharp, conical teeth. These teeth were ideal for gripping and slicing through the flesh of its prey, and their serrated edges made Temnodontosaurus particularly effective at tearing apart its meals. Perhaps the most fascinating characteristic of Temnodontosaurus was its enormous eyes, which were among the largest of any known vertebrate. The eyes could measure up to 25 centimeters in diameter, giving it exceptional vision, especially in the dimly lit depths of the ocean. This might have been advantageous over prey that was less active or more vulnerable during the night or in deep waters. Next up is the Tylosaurus, a streamlined hunter with a massive body and a deadly snake-like agility, ruling the Cretaceous seas. Tylosaurus is one of the most fascinating marine reptiles that ruled the ancient seas during the late Cretaceous period. Belonging to the family Mosasauridae, this giant predator exemplifies the sheer power and dominance of mosasaurs, a group of formidable marine reptiles that thrived approximately 85 to 80 million years ago. Tylosaurus was a true titan of the oceans, with some species reaching astounding lengths of up to 14 meters or more. The largest specimens are believed to have approached 18 meters, making Tylosaurus one of the largest mosasaurs ever discovered. Its immense size was complemented by a robust build, and it is estimated to have weighed between 15 to 20 tons, depending on its size and specific species. The body of Tylosaurus was well adapted for life in the open ocean. It had a streamlined shape, similar to that of modern-day whales or large fish, which allowed it to glide through the water with minimal resistance. This streamlined form was not only crucial for its speed, but also for conserving energy as it pursued prey across vast distances. One of the most distinctive features of Tylosaurus was its elongated skull, which was both formidable and functional. The snout, or rostrum, extended beyond the jaws, giving Tylosaurus a unique profile among its mosasaur relatives. This bony extension was likely used as a battering ram to stun or disorient prey, a tactic that would have made Tylosaurus even more effective as a predator. It had 4 strong flippers that provided stability and maneuverability in the water. While the flippers were used primarily for steering, the real propulsion came from its powerful tail. The tail was long and muscular, with a slight downward curve at the end, and may have had a tail fin, much like modern sharks. This tail structure allowed Tylosaurus to propel itself through the water with great speed and force, making it a swift and agile hunter despite its massive size. Moving on, we've got the Leviathan melvillei. Think today's sperm whale, but with teeth as long as your forearm and a taste for anything that moved. Leviathan melvillei is one of the most fearsome and fascinating marine predators to have ever lived. Named after the biblical sea monster Leviathan and the author Herman Melville, who wrote Moby Dick, this prehistoric whale exemplifies the power and mystery of the ancient oceans. Living during the Miocene epoch, approximately 23 to 5.3 million years ago, Leviathan melvillei was a colossal predator, rivaling modern-day sperm whales in size, but surpassing them in sheer ferocity. The size of Leviathan was truly remarkable. It is estimated that this ancient whale could grow up to 17.5 meters in length, making it one of the largest predators of its time. Its body was massive and muscular, designed to navigate and hunt in the open ocean. The overall structure of Leviathan was similar to that of modern sperm whales, with a large, bulky head that comprised about 1/3 of its total body length. One of the most striking features of Leviathan was its teeth. Unlike modern sperm whales, which have teeth only on their lower jaws, Leviathan had enormous teeth in both its upper and lower jaws. These teeth could reach lengths of up to 36 centimeters and were thick, conical, and exceptionally robust. The jaws of Leviathan were incredibly strong, with large muscles that would have enabled it to clamp down on its prey with immense force. The skull, built to withstand the stresses of such powerful bites, had reinforced areas around the jaw muscles and the attachment points for these muscles, allowing Leviathan to exert a tremendous amount of pressure when hunting. As an apex predator, it occupied the top of the marine food chain during its time. Its massive teeth and powerful jaws indicate that it was a macropredator, meaning it hunted and fed on large marine mammals. Up next, Shonisaurus, a colossal ichthyosaur, as long as a bus, gliding effortlessly through the ancient seas. Shonisaurus is one of the most impressive and largest marine reptiles to have ever lived. This giant ichthyosaur swam through the oceans during the late Triassic period, approximately 215 million years ago. Named after the Shoshone Mountains in Nevada, where its fossils were first discovered, Shonisaurus represents a remarkable chapter in the evolution of marine reptiles, showcasing the diversity and scale that these creatures could achieve. Shonisaurus was a member of the family Shastasauridae, a group of ichthyosaurs known for their large size and unique adaptations. As one of the largest ichthyosaurs ever discovered, Shonisaurus could reach astonishing lengths of up to 21 meters, making it comparable in size to some of the largest whales that exist today. The body shape of Shonisaurus was somewhat different from other ichthyosaurs. While many ichthyosaurs had long, narrow snouts filled with sharp teeth, Shonisaurus had a shorter, blunter snout and lacked the typical rows of sharp teeth seen in its relatives. Instead, Shonisaurus had conical teeth, but these were fewer in number and concentrated mainly in the front of the jaws. This unique dental arrangement suggests that Shonisaurus may have had a specialized diet compared to other ichthyosaurs, possibly feeding on softer prey like squid or small fish rather than hard-shelled creatures. The skull of Shonisaurus was large and robust, supporting its powerful jaws and massive eyes. The eyes were likely well adapted to the dim light of deep waters, allowing it to spot prey in the depths of the ocean. The body of Shonisaurus was built for endurance rather than speed. Its large size and streamlined shape suggest that it was capable of sustained long-distance swimming, allowing it to cover vast areas of ocean in search of food and suitable breeding grounds. Moving on, here's the Kronosaurus, an oceanic powerhouse with jaws that could crush a car and an appetite to match. Kronosaurus was one of the most fearsome marine reptiles that dominated the oceans during the early Cretaceous period. Named after the titan Kronos from Greek mythology, who devoured his own children, Kronosaurus lived up to its name as a powerful and voracious predator. As a member of the family Pliosauridae, Kronosaurus was closely related to other large marine reptiles known as pliosaurs, which were characterized by their short necks, massive heads, and powerful jaws. Kronosaurus was a colossal marine reptile, with estimates suggesting it reached lengths of up to 10 meters. Weighing in at several tons, Kronosaurus was one of the largest pliosaurs, a group of marine reptiles known for their enormous size and strength. One of the most striking features of Kronosaurus was its massive skull, which could measure up to 2.7 meters in length. The jaws were incredibly strong and housed an array of large, conical teeth, some of which could reach lengths of up to 30 centimeters. These teeth were designed for gripping and tearing flesh, making Kronosaurus a highly efficient predator. The bite force of Kronosaurus was likely immense, capable of crushing the bones of its prey with ease. In addition to its powerful bite, Kronosaurus may have used its massive skull and strong neck muscles to deliver stunning blows to its prey, either by ramming or shaking them violently. This method of attack would have been particularly effective against armored or large prey, which might otherwise have been difficult to subdue. Now let me introduce you to Protostega, an ancient sea turtle, larger than a car, cruising the Cretaceous waves with surprising speed. Protostega was one of the largest sea turtles to have ever lived, dominating the ancient oceans during the late Cretaceous period. Named for its primitive features, Protostega is a member of the family Protostegidae, which includes some of the largest and most distinctive sea turtles in Earth's history. Protostega was an enormous sea turtle, with an estimated length of up to 4 meters from the tip of its beak to the end of its tail. Its shell, or carapace, could reach widths of over 3 meters, making it one of the largest turtles ever known. The body structure of Protostega was similar in some ways to that of modern sea turtles, but it also had several distinctive features that set it apart. The shell of Protostega was relatively thin compared to modern sea turtles and was not as heavily armored. Instead, Protostega had a lighter, more streamlined carapace that likely allowed for greater mobility and speed in the water. The edges of the shell were extended into wide, flattened flanges, which might have helped stabilize the turtle as it swam through the water. The skull of Protostega was large and robust, with a beak-like mouth that lacked teeth. Instead, Protostega had strong, bony jaws that were likely used for crushing and slicing through its food. The beak was well adapted for feeding on a variety of marine organisms, including jellyfish, soft-bodied invertebrates, and possibly vegetation. The overall body shape of Protostega was streamlined and built for long-distance swimming, much like modern leatherback turtles, which are its closest living relatives. Enter Dakosaurus, the Godzilla of the seas, a crocodilian with the bite of a dinosaur, terrorizing the Jurassic waters. Dakosaurus was a fearsome marine predator that roamed the oceans during the late Jurassic to early Cretaceous periods. Named after the Greek words for biter and lizard, Dakosaurus was a member of the Metriorhynchidae family, a group of marine crocodilians that were highly adapted to life in the ocean. With its powerful jaws, sharp teeth and streamlined body, Dakosaurus earned the nickname Godzilla of the Seas, reflecting its role as one of the top predators of its time. Dakosaurus was a large marine reptile, with estimates suggesting it could reach lengths of up to 5 meters or more. Unlike modern crocodiles, which are primarily semi-aquatic, Dakosaurus was fully adapted to life in the open ocean. Its body was streamlined and well-suited for swimming, with a number of unique adaptations that set it apart from its land-dwelling relatives. One of the most distinctive features of Dakosaurus was its skull, which was relatively short and deep compared to other marine reptiles. The jaws were equipped with large, serrated teeth that resembled those of theropod dinosaurs, such as Tyrannosaurus rex. The body of Dakosaurus was streamlined and built for speed, with a powerful tail that provided propulsion. Unlike modern crocodiles, which have a sprawling posture, Dakosaurus had a more streamlined body with limbs that had evolved into flippers. These flippers were relatively short and paddle-like, used primarily for steering and stability, while the main thrust for swimming came from the large, muscular tail. The eyes of Dakosaurus were positioned on the top of its head, allowing it to scan the surface while swimming just below. This placement would have been advantageous for spotting prey from below, a common hunting strategy among marine predators. Now comes Metriorhynchus, an agile marine crocodile, perfectly evolved for speed and stealth in the open ocean. Metriorhynchus was a remarkable marine reptile that thrived during the Middle to Late Jurassic period. As a member of the Metriorhynchidae family, Metriorhynchus represents one of the few groups of crocodilians that fully adapted to life in the ocean. Unlike modern crocodiles, which are primarily freshwater and semi-aquatic animals, Metriorhynchus was fully marine, with a range of unique adaptations that made it a highly efficient predator in the Jurassic seas. Metriorhynchus was a medium-sized marine reptile, with an estimated length of up to 3 meters, making it smaller than its older brother Dakosaurus. Its body was slender and streamlined, perfectly adapted for life in the open ocean. One of the most distinctive features of Metriorhynchus was its sleek, elongated body, which was much more streamlined than that of modern crocodiles. The skull was elongated and narrow, equipped with a long snout filled with sharp, conical teeth. These teeth were well adapted for gripping slippery prey, such as fish and cephalopods, which likely made up the bulk of its diet. The jaws of Metriorhynchus were powerful and capable of delivering a strong bite, allowing it to capture and subdue its prey with ease. And now let's talk about Xiphactinus, a ferocious fish the size of a great white, known for swallowing prey whole. One gulp and it's game over. Xiphactinus was one of the most formidable fish to ever swim in the ancient oceans, ruling the waters during the late Cretaceous period. Known for its massive size, razor-sharp teeth, and aggressive nature, Xiphactinus was a top predator in the marine ecosystems of its time. This large predatory fish is often described as the bulldog of the Cretaceous seas, reflecting its powerful build and ferocious hunting style. Xiphactinus was an enormous bony fish, with some individuals reaching lengths of up to 6 meters or more, which is absolutely crazy when you think about that a random fish grew bigger than many other fearsome marine predators like the crocodile Dakosaurus. Its body was robust and streamlined, built for speed and power, allowing it to chase down prey in the open ocean. The overall shape of Xiphactinus was somewhat reminiscent of a modern tarpon or barracuda, but on a much larger scale. One of the most striking features of Xiphactinus was its large head, which housed a wide, gaping mouth filled with sharp, dagger-like teeth. These teeth were perfectly adapted for gripping and tearing into prey, making it a highly effective predator. The lower jaw of Xiphactinus was particularly prominent, with a slightly protruding chin that added to its intimidating appearance. The combination of its powerful jaws, sharp teeth, and keen eyesight made Xiphactinus a formidable hunter in the ancient seas. The body of this massive fish was covered in large overlapping scales that provided both protection and a hydrodynamic advantage. Its pectoral and pelvic fins were well developed, allowing for precise control and maneuverability in the water. The caudal fin of Xiphactinus was deeply forked, providing powerful thrusts that enabled it to reach high speeds when pursuing prey. As you can see, the prehistoric oceans were home to some of the most fearsome predators to ever exist. Creatures so terrifying that you'd think twice before even dipping a toe in the water. So, if you're planning your next vacation, maybe skip the ancient seas and opt for a safer swim, maybe in your bathtub. Trust me, it's a lot less hazardous. But the oceans weren't the only places crawling with monstrous predators. On land, the situation wasn't much better. Giant, terrifying creatures roamed the earth, and let's just say they were scary enough to make you lose your nerve in an instant. In my latest video, we're diving into prehistoric Asia, where we'll encounter one of the most terrifying land predators of all time. It's a journey you won't want to miss, so be sure to check it out. Thank you for watching, and I will see you there.